From observing the media and their surroundings, anyone with sight can come to the conclusion that the standard of beauty is white. We've all grown up in a world where society has a say. Yes or no, right or wrong, society dictates what we do, who we talk to, who we are, and who we aspire to be. But you see, society's view is skewed from years of inequality. So let's go back a couple centuries to see why beauty is not defined by people like me. To kill a weed, you must grab it by the roots. We must search back into the history of the established inequity so it's no longer a mystery, but you can see clearly how the problem came to be. Open your ears, your eyes, and maybe even a textbook, and take a look to learn about the days when slavery overtook so many. The white man owned the black man, and that's where the issues began to unearth, because when you're constantly told your property, how do you develop a sense of self-worth? How do you comprehend that you are a special creation? You don't. You socialize into nations that have explicitly stated white is superior. So in your mind you build connections. The closer I am to white equals less inferior. Those with darker skins cast off to plantations while those with lighter skins work in homes. Don't misunderstand, both were forms of slavery, but it built a hierarchy amongst our own. House Negroes versus field Negroes, the point is we were all Negroes despite our skin tone. But not everything is black and white. This phenomenon travels through many races and cultures, dating back to colonization when the Europeans took over other civilizations like vultures. Think of places like India, Thailand, China, the Caribbean, and more. Yes, colorism is the idea I'm going to further explore. Wealth, success, and power were things strictly attributed to those whose skin was fair. So where does that leave those who had darker complexions and a kink in their hair? It leaves them broken and hurt, with little to no self-esteem, because the picture painted was that of a life where one cannot attain their highest dream unless they were white, or at least light. So what am I trying to say? Well, it's kind of hard to express, but the gist of it is, dark was synonymous with less. Tick-tock, the roots dug deeper and deeper into the ground. A stem began to grow and buds bloomed into the reverberating form of sound. The sound was of voices, not uplifting but diminishing, words flowing from the mouths of many like water from a spring, continuously nurturing the discriminating plant amongst human beings. You're cute to be dark-skinned. No, I'm cute in general. Don't speak those words that put my beauty under limitations. Meanwhile, you sit here with that ignorant expectation that I will take that as a compliment. Let's not forget the tongue is a grenade, the ammunition exploding in the brain, vicious words like shrapnel causing the ego pain. People putting on bleaching cream, trying to scrub the dark away. Stay out of the sun in the summer, can't let that pretty status fade today. Got quotes on Instagram and Twitter saying, light skins be like, dark skins be like, how about people be like? Stop categorizing and separating yourselves based on skin color. That's just recreating segregation, instead of letting it fall into a state of dilapidation. Need I remind you of those like Gandhi, Dr. King, and Mandela who fought so audaciously for freedoms to be shared non-exclusively? These freedoms include the right to believe in your attractiveness. Listen to me when I tell you this. The white man no longer has to physically oppress us because we're mentally doing it for them. Racism against our own races. The standard is being perpetuated. Until we stop degrading ourselves, the idea of white being better will never be outdated. I've heard numerously that it's a different time now. That somehow since Lupita was named most beautiful woman, the weed has become a flower. The problem is fixed. But the issue with that is that the flower is no better than a pile of sticks because like bricks tied around our ankles, the change is still weighing us down. They call our type of beauty exotic, as if the thought of someone of a darker shade being gorgeous makes them acidotic. Pardon, but exotic sounds animalistic to me, and though I may be fierce and unique, I am not in a zoo and you are not my spectator. Don't misconstrue me for a hater. I'm just trying to speak truth in a world of people complacently blinded since youth. This so-called transformation is superficial because society doesn't change because of a single article. A cover in a magazine doesn't negate years of mental training. So snap out of your ignorance and denounce your naivety. Watch out for underhandedness and make microaggressions your enemy. Notice celebrities going from braids to blonde. Read between the lines and go far beyond what's right in front of you, or else the message will never get through. The message that you are beautiful, no matter the color of your skin, and not in comparison to anyone else. You are beautiful, all by yourself. Time passes and life keeps going, but as informed people, we must hinder the weeds from growing. So pull up from the root and build a dam to stop the spring from watering the stem. You see flowers, don't ignore them, but call them out as deceptive so everyone can believe. Change the standard and plant and nourish your own seeds. Grow it upon future generations so they may pronounce without contrite that everyone is beautiful, and it's not defined by who's white.